Hi, I'm Miss Linda.
And I'm Miss Ashley. And we
are
are
the
Mother-Daughter
Adventures.
Adventures. Hi, Mom.
Hi.
What would you like to talk about?
Well, I'd like to talk about our last cruise.
Which one?
Well, the one that we went to Alaska?
Oh, that one.
Yes.
The one that we took this year, or the one we took last year?
Well, last year's wasn't that much fun because it was too hot.
It was. Who knew Alaska could be hot?
I never thought about it. We bought warm clothes.
So many layers. Remember we had so
layers
many layers.
And layers. They said to do layers, and we did.
We did. We followed every YouTube video that said pack layers, pack layers. Yeah, no, I wish I would have brought my shorts and my skirts. And
right.
Yeah, that's what I definitely wished. But what? Why do you like this cruise so much better?
This cruise, we got to see snow in the mountains. We got
snow.
to see the glaciers.
We did.
We got to see everything. We went to this special dinner. We were treated like a queen.
We were. We went to. We got upgraded to a junior suite. Our very first time ever on Royal Caribbean. Well, first of all, we were on Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas. We were on a 7-night Alaskan journey. We went to, Sitka, Skagway, Juneau, and we also, in between there, we also got to see the glacier, like you said.
Absolutely.
But what you're referring to is our favorite dinner we had. Well, one of them, one of our 2 dinners, wasn't it? And that was at Coastal Kitchen because we had a junior suite.
Well, we were so blessed to have a dear friend and her daughter came.
We did. This time, it was one of our first cruises in a long time that we've had actually people with us.
We sat at the regular dinner.
Yep, main dining.
At main dining, so that we could be with them.
And our
so wonderful
head server that we had last year happened to be on this year, and he is the best head server. I mean, by far, out of 12 cruises.
He helped her daughter, and it was just so wonderful.
Absolutely. He's just the most incredible head server.
Because we had a junior suite, we were able to go to a fancy dining
called Coastal Kitchen.
And so we had to kind of ditch our friends for about 30 minutes and tell them, finally, we're so sorry, but we get 2 meals.
I mean, hey, who couldn't pass up 2 dinners?
No.
I mean, 2 like...
went just for the dessert.
Yeah, we're like, we'll just go for dessert, you know. They were so nice. We'll go up there. They're like, yeah, you can go to dessert. Yeah, that's no problem. We head in there, and no, that didn't happen.
They started showing us the main meal. Why don't you try a little of this? And then you got these big plates of food. But you had scenery.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my goodness. It was wall-to-wall windows.
Yep, bunch of pictures, yep.
Yeah, and that you were right by the mountains.
It was like you could touch them. I mean, it was
like something out of a movie.
I thought it was like we were heading into Frozen. It's like literally, I was like, oh, we made it to the fjords.
Going by.
Yeah. And it was breathtaking. I mean, I was like wanted to cry. It was just the most beautiful.
Going back, being with our friends.
We did.
And we went into all kinds of shows.
Yeah, we did.
And had the best pizza.
We did.
And free.
Yeah, all included.
All included.
And I think that's what people forget. And they can kind of get, and I understand, I'm a little nervous with like different cruise lines and what's included, what's not included. And Royal Caribbean, this is our 2nd time on this royal ship, but 7th Royal Caribbean cruise. And there's so much included that people don't realize.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And what was your favorite part about the Alaska in general?
Alaska.
Me too.
It was beautiful. The people were wonderful on the ship. And then as you went by, I mean, it was, and when we got off the ship and went to the shops.
Yeah, and this year was different because we were like the 3rd Alaska cruise, and last year we were like 2nd to the last one. So it almost seems like the things were kind of gone or picked over. This year we got like first dibs. It was awesome.
And we went to one of these, like a show that he was.
The shopping show, like explaining the different.
He said, things. Be careful because you're gonna find something at this one shop, and then at your next,
absolutely,
place,
port,
you would find something else. Well,
absolutely.
we did.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Thank you, Mom.
We're very able to find.
I was like, ooh, I like those earrings.
Couldn't find earrings to match a necklace. But I said, well, let's go ahead.
Yeah.
We got the necklace and the next port.
Got the earrings.
Oh, but that next port. You gotta remember the Friends have not been on the Alaska cruise.
Mm-hmm.
And we chose to tell her, whatever you want to do, we'll go along, just let us know. And she saw this tram.
That was in Juneau.
Yeah.
It was our last port. We kind of just did a few things here and there, and we went to Juneau, which was the last port. And yeah,
she said, "Oh, I want to take y'all. Let's go. Let's all go on this tram." Well, I don't care much for heights, and I don't
especially
even
with
care for flying, but I need to get to the ship.
Especially with accessibility, and we'll touch upon that later on. It was something that we could do.
Yeah.
It was definitely accessible. It was definitely, they were great. They were fantastic about it, and that was probably the problem because they were like, "No, you can go," and you asked like, "Oh no, like it's not accessible, right?" You're like, they're like, "No, it's absolutely accessible. You can go right on, walk right on, no big deal, no problem." Yeah.
Well, it goes to the top of the mountain. And there's just a light breeze. And they said, well, it's really good because, if it gets bad, we would stop.
Yeah, no problem. They shut it down. They're
problem.
very safe about it.
Exactly.
It's called the Sky Tram.
Sky Tram. Mm-hmm. You see the sky.
Yep. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. You definitely saw the
Everyone
sky.
keeps saying, look. And I'm saying, well, let me look at these shoes. I'm looking at feet while everyone's looking out the windows. And I'm going, and our friend looks at us and said, "You like it?" And I'm going, "I'm so glad you chose this."
Mm-hmm. I thought it was really pretty. I mean, I thought the views were spectacular.
It
was
unbelievable.
And it's really, it really is close to the port. I mean, it's like maybe like a 2-minute walk, if that, to it. I mean, and it's pretty affordable.
Right.
I think it was around $60. But there was also discounts if you're military or something else. But it was very affordable, and you had a whole day pass too. You can go as many times as you want.
I did it.
She did. We went all the way up, and we walked around, went to the gift shop,
and they had the best gift shop.
Oh my word!
Better than any.
I agree.
And found the earrings she was looking for the necklace,
and for a necklace that we got in another video in Panama. And we found those that we had not been able to find. That was incredible. And just the views were spectacular. I mean, being able to see in a different angle than I think we would have ever been able to. Yeah, on top of the mountain. I mean, who can say that you've been on top of the mountain?
Right. But then they had trails for people that love hiking.
Yeah.
They had
guides to kind of show you where to go and about the different
it was like
history.
Totem poles made out of trees, and I mean, maybe a landmark where you were, and then
but there was a sign of beware bears or something. Right. I have the picture.
I think that was a pretend one.
No, they have bears. Oh, they have bears in Juneau. Oh, absolutely.
It was time to go now. I didn't see that.
Oh, absolutely. They're very big into bears in Juneau.
How does a bear get that high? Okay.
Oh, I mean, they live in the forest.
Well, but it's in man,
No, they live up there.
But anyway, now you got me scared. And so, but they had a place to eat. You can dine, get coffee, and it was really an experience.
It was.
It really was. And so we made it back made it back down to the ground.
But we did find out, what mountain did we go on? Do you remember the name of the mountain?
Oh, yes, Mount Roberts.
Yeah, it was Roberts Mountain.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
Yeah.
And I loved it. It was beautiful. When we went down, we decided to do a little shopping. We were gonna meet our friends back on the ship, and we did do the big tourist thing. We went to Tracy Arms Crab Shack, I believe that's what it's called. And they're well now known for their Alaskan king crab. We decided not to do that, but we did watch everyone else eat it. But we did eat some. We did crab cakes.
Lobster night.
And we knew we were having second dinner too. We were first dinner and second dinner.
We almost got our friends because they don't like lobster, and I thought, why don't you order that? Because you can order one.
And
then eat something else, and I'm so glad they didn't.
Because we had second dinner.
Their second dinner.
Yep.
We got two each.
Two each.
He said, oh, I'm going to give you a double.
Is that okay? I'm like, that's fine. I'm okay with that.
So we did.
We did.
And we loved it.
We loved every moment of it.
I mean, yeah, I'm so concerned about the scale when we get back, but
we
I think we're doing okay.
And this
walking.
And something different this year that we didn't do last year. We actually had a balcony this year.
Yes.
Last year we had a porthole, which was still great, which I still really enjoyed.
It was so cold.
Mm-hmm.
It was so hot.
It was hot. I don't know if it would have been a good thing or nothing, but this year we had a balcony and it was fantastic.
It was a little chilly, but it really wasn't bad.
It wasn't that bad. It really
really
especially if you just put like a small layer of small sweatshirt. I mean, it still really wasn't that bad. But we did get to see the glaciers and we saw quite a few icebergs, which was incredible. Oh, and we didn't mention the biggest thing is the very first day. What did we see?
Well, are you talking about North and North?
Yes.
Well, just a minute.
Okay.
Then I have time to talk about meeting my son. Our son. Your brother, my son.
You got it.
My oldest son lives in Washington.
Yeah, a few hours from Seattle, which were reported out of.
Last year he wasn't feeling well, and he wasn't able to come over and see us. So he said, next time you come. So I gave him a little surprise, and we,
like while we're there.
Right before we're there, so he wouldn't be able to, say I can, come. Well, he said I'll be there in 2 hours.
Yep.
So we kind of walked around, saw Starbucks.
Yep. We went to the very first Starbucks.
Yep. That line, and we were only there about 20 minutes.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I've heard it's a lot worse sometimes. It was worth it. They were amazing.
I got a bear,
you did?
limited edition.
Yep.
And
it was phenomenal.
It was wonderful. We were kind of fun, and we got to see what the daughter of the lady that came with us. She had evidently looked up and was ready for all the things that Seattle has to offer. And so we started off by seeing the men throw a fish.
Yep.
One test toss!
It was really neat.
Who knew it was actually really cool?
And everyone's waiting and
who knew I was being excited waiting 10 minutes to wait for somebody to buy a fish?
But when they throw it, it's just a big show. It's really neat.
But what did we get to see, Mom?
Are you still in the glaciers?
No, I'm talking about the alleyway.
Oh, well, I'm just going to get there. So then our friends decided they're going to go to the Space Needle, and there's heights. So I thought, well, you go ahead and go, and we'll meet back at the hotel. And so my son says, oh.
But before that, we all went together.
Oh, yeah. We went, like I said, we went with fish and everything. And so we probably just for a few minutes, and then my son, right before that.
We went together, yeah.
We went to one more spot.
There it is.
Now, I can guarantee you, I personally could not handle it.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
It is. That's something good.
I thought it was really cool. I've seen it on a few TV shows. Oh, yeah. I've heard of it, but I didn't think it was this disgusting.
And you would not believe this.
It was called the
Gum Wall.
Yeah, the Gum Wall. Called the Gum Wall.
What
it's not a wall. It's a whole alley.
On both sides.
Up. I don't know how the people else
and they say it's famous. I go,
why?
Why? I'm thinking bubblegum machines and you can buy all different kind of gums. No. People came with their own gum. And they stuck it on the wall.
I mean, there were some that were hanging. I don't know
that
how.
was gross. I'm a
I don't know
partial
how.
germaphobe, and there's no way. There is no way. And my son said, I'm really so sorry I brought you here. I am too. I mean, okay, I can handle the going on the side of the mountain, you know, ride, okay. Gum wall? No, I'm never going back
Never
there.
do that again.
No. If somebody wants to go see it.
I mean, if you want to go see it, you want to see it.
It's fascinating. But if you don't like to be grossed out,
yeah, don't
go.
Don't
But
do
if
it.
you want to be fascinated and stick your own gum on the wall,
I mean, hey, when in Rome, I had to do it.
The world famous gumball.
if anyone's taking it.
Now she's putting her mark right there. Right there. Yes.
Yes, I did it.
Believe my daughter.
I know she didn't do it.
I'll guarantee you. Didn't bring gum. No.
I actually did.
No,
I don't know how on my little birthday I did it from playing gum. So yeah.
So she knows where her gum, and she may go back and see it.
Yeah, no.
No. You know.
A little bit. Seattle was way prettier. The last time we didn't really.
We communicate, but we haven't been able to see each other face to face for about 8 years, and so it was amazing.
Yeah,
absolutely amazing. And he showed us all around, and then we went back to the hotel, and they started talking about Northern Lights, and he says,
"Okay,
nights," and well, it's getting kind of late talking about night. I gotta go get a test somewhere, and so.
You want to talk about Northern Lights next time?
Northern Lights.
Okay.
I mean, it's the prettiest thing you've ever seen. My son said he's trying to figure out where we're going to be. So we'll talk about it on the next segment.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.